Good morning. We'll call this Thursday morning, November 10th meeting of the Criminal Justice Committee to order. Start with roll call, please.
Mr. Hess?
Present.
Mr. Long?
Present.
Mr. Lear? Mr. Snipes? Ms. Peters? Present. Ms. Parker? Mr. Fairfield?
Present.
Mr. Carrico?
Present.
Mr. Eckhoff? Mr. Swanson?
Present.
Mr. Kirkstra?
Present.
Mr. Hunter? Mr. Smith?
Present.
Mr. Gowler? Mr. Wheeler? Mr. Seroy? Mr. Eckhoff?
Present.
We have a quorum.
I have not received anything for public comment at this time. Is there any public comment? Any public comment? Move on to the approval of the minutes from October 12th, 2022. Motion by Ms. Peters, second by Mr. Kirkstra. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Up next, Chief Judge, Mr. Cunnington.
Morning.
Good morning.
Have to be on time for this meeting because first up. Just a couple things to report on today. The basement project, the renovation of the basement at the courthouse is well underway. They have made amazing progress in just 3 days. They started on Monday. And I want to give a shout out to a number of people, mainly Wes Andrews and the Dana Goodrich and the whole maintenance staff that just moved thousands and thousands of pounds of equipment and records and books and desks and computers. And we have all the people moved out of the basement now except for 1 or 2 people in the control room. They have to be down there to monitor the recording system. So that is, they're now saying possibly 4 months for completion for that project. And actually Sandy's staff as well, the clerks, in getting all those records out of there and down to Rantoul to be microfilmed that was a Herculean task that was completed in a timely manner. So that's ongoing and we can't wait to see the results. So the new case management system, if you recall at the last meeting, we decided to go with Tyler Technologies, and we are in the process of negotiating the contract with them. And we have the Jano company as a backup to them if negotiations fall through. So that's ongoing as well. That's really all I have to report, but be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for the Chief Judge?
Alderman Hunter there, you're silent.
Yeah, I'm just, you're very thorough, R6.
Okay, we go back to our city council days. All right, thank you.
Mr. Hunter has just joined us by Zoom. John? Yeah, right. Mr. Long makes a motion to let him join. Mr. Snipes second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Welcome, Steve. I don't see.
Mic isn't on. Thanks.
There you go. Is that better? I don't see Sandy here. Take a motion to put her or approve her monthly report. Mr. Eckhoff, second by Mr. Swanson. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed,
Aye.
same sign. Motion carries. Up next, Mr. Rowe, State's Attorney. In your package, you have a copy of the grand jury report and the grand jury statistics report. Take a motion to combine them and approve them. Mr. Carrico and Mr. Fairfield. Morning, Jim.
Good morning. So you can see through the November 3rd grand jury, we're up to 693 indictments, which is probably less than we've had in the last couple of years. So that's promising. You will note that there are 10 murders listed on there. That doesn't mean that 10 of them occurred this year. 5 murders have been charged this year alone that were old cases. They were kind of cold cases for a while. Those were all in the city of Kankakee. They worked the hell out of those cases over the last couple of years and got those in a position where we were able to charge them. So that's why that number jumped up substantially all of a sudden. Then if you look down the offenses, other than narcotic offenses, what really, unfortunately, is leading it are still the felony domestics and the firearm offenses. So, anyone have any questions on that report?
No questions. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
All right, thank you.
That's it?
Yep.
You don't want
That's
to
it.
mention anything about the case coming to Kankakee County?
No, it's pending.
Okay.
Thank you.
Up next, Public Defender's Office, Mr. Pennewick. In the package, have a copy of his monthly report. Take a motion to approve. Mr. Fairfield, second by Mr. Snipes. Good morning, Ed.
Morning.
Comments on your report, sir?
No comments.
Any questions for Mr. Pennewick on his report? Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Other than congratulating everyone on their victories, I have nothing else to add this morning.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Mr. Latham. You guys were worried about being done by 9 o'clock. In your package, have a copy of Mr. Latham's monthly report. Take a motion to approve that. Mr. Eckhoff, second by Ms. Peters. Comments on your report, Tom?
Nothing. Well, I guess it'll be January. We'll have our year totals. We can compare them to past years and see where we're at with contacts and everything and detention days. So, but obviously, that'll be a couple months. So,
Any questions on Tom's report? We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
and I'll be very quick. Also, I guess last month I reported that we filled those two of the 3 vacancies. I think I reported that last month. They're in place, working. We're working on that third one, and then we'll see what happens in January. As I discussed before, we might get more positions, but that's a conversation to have with the board and the chief judge and the state. So it's gonna take several months to work out if that's even possible.
Those are grant positions.
They're fully funded positions. Yes, they'd be grant aid positions. So, but there's a cost for the county with.
Yeah.
So it's a conversation we have to have. But I know I say when talking about January 1st, I say I don't know a lot, but again, I don't know. We'll see what happens after with all that. So, and lastly, it's the drug court. Thank you, everyone. It was a huge success, and the drug court team wanted me to tell you all that. They appreciate it. Great turnout, and they did well. They don't have totals yet, or at least they're going to text me this morning. They didn't yet. So, they wanted me to say thank you to all of you. So for your support.
It was a great time.
It was.
How about juvenile detention? Are we doing, where are we at with that?
Well, because that agreement ended, now we have to. I have been talking to Will County. They would like to enter into some sort of intergovernmental agreement. Obviously, we'll discuss it here. I believe we could keep the rate down by getting into an agreement with them. So right now we're paying that daily rate, which is what they charge everyone. We'll continue to do that, but hopefully maybe we can work on that, how much that daily rate is, and lower it a little bit. But our detention days continue to be down, so.
Good.
Mr. Carrico.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Tom, I have a question. I'm under the, my understanding is that you guys were utilizing acupuncture for the drug court program, and right now I think you're looking for someone. Am I correct?
Yeah, correct. Yes.
Okay, so I'm assuming that was something that was beneficial, that you still wanted to continue with it.
Yes, the response I got from Judge Kramer, Judge Slowinski, and our officers, that it was very well received, and a lot of people participated in it. So, yes, we were looking to continue it. So.
Okay, so I just wanted to bring this up so that way, if anybody is listening, you guys were looking for someone that could actually work with the drug court.
Yes. and
provide
we're-
the service.
Yeah, we still have someone in place as of right now that we're working with. But yes, we're looking for another partner.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Anything else for Mr. Latham?
That's it.
That's it? Thank you. Up
you.
next, the sheriff. In your package, you have a copy of the monthly report. Take a motion to approve by Mr. Smith, second by Mr. Long. Good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning. Good morning. Pressure's on to make this quick.
No.
Well, you know I won't do that. A couple things on the report that I think are important with what's going on. Our out-of-county numbers, I know we were a little bit concerned last year when the Illinois legislature and the governor took away ICE. And I know that was a big concern here locally because of the revenue. Last year, our average daily population of out-of-county inmates was 250. This year, it's 287. So we've actually gone up, which we did not anticipate. A lot of that has to do with Champaign County and also an increase in the feds out of Chicago. So that's been a surprise, a pleasant surprise actually from a revenue standpoint. And these numbers are through from December 1st, 2021 to October 31st of 2022. So just recently. The only number this doesn't include will be November. Our local inmates last year, we averaged 246, and this year we're averaging 229, so that number has dropped, which goes to show people that we are not housing people that shouldn't be in jail. Those people are out, hopefully doing something productive, and the ones that are in custody right now should be in custody, and most should go to prison for a very long time. Which brings me to revenue. Last year, total, we brought in 7.2 million in out of county housing. This year, we're projected to be at about 7.8 million. So by the time next year, I apologize. That is disregard that last statement. Our projection for 2022, we brought in 7.9 million in 2021. Our projection for 2022 is going to be about 8.6 million, which is going to be about $750,000 more than what we did last year, in a year that we didn't think we could do. So credit to our corrections staff, our corrections and jail administration, who've done great work. Now, if we can only find employees, that has been a challenge. Continues to be a challenge. We've been to the colleges, we have been to, we have been on social media. As of 3 days ago, we are now on billboards in town, the digital billboards. This board was kind enough to pass what I would consider a really good contract, and we're hoping that helps us in the next couple months. So as we continue with the revenue, being as short-staffed as we are, we've also spent a lot of overtime money filling those posts. So it's somewhat of a wash, but at least we're able to cover that. That's the important part. Continuing on the corrections side, one of the numbers that sticks out to me this year is the number of inmates that have been sentenced to prison. In 2021, there was 145. As of December 31st, we're at 109, which is down. Now, why is that down? There's a couple reasons. Those that are in jail are currently in jail for serious offenses and more than likely not willing to take a plea deal. And this one just floors me. Some we've actually heard on inmate telephone calls waiting for January 1st. If that tells you anything. So that's where we're at with that. Questions on the correction side?
I got one. You probably don't want me to ask this, but
I'm
we
good.
were talking revenue. Have we ever been caught up from the state for what they owe us for housing their prisoners when they didn't take any?
Not altogether. I mean, we got 300 and some thousand back at the $35 a day mark, but we're still pushing for the rest of it. We did get some, but not all.
Which is like 600,000.
500, 600,000.
Yeah.
So
Any questions on the report?
I got more on the
Okay.
police side, but
Oh, okay.
just
Go
questions. Yeah. So one of the things that we talk about and we presented, was fortunate enough to be able to present to the chamber with Jim a few weeks ago. And one of the interesting numbers that came out of some of the things that we were sharing are citations. And everybody thinks that when they get pulled over by the police, they're getting a ticket. And if you look at our numbers in 2022 through the first, and this is a little bit confusing because the sworn side numbers are from January 1st to December 31st. Our corrections numbers are from November 1st to November 30th. Calendar year versus fiscal year. And in calendar year 2022, January 1st through October, we've written 3,328 total citations, which includes warnings. And if you look at those warning numbers, we've written 1,566 warnings and 1,762 citations, which calculates out to, there's a possibility that you would be at, there's a 53% chance you'll get a ticket, and there's a 47% chance you get a warning. So rounding those numbers, basically you're looking at, there's a 50-50 chance you're getting a ticket, which, you know, what does that mean? A lot of it means your attitude, probably. How you respond when the police stop you. So it's not everybody, you know, we're not stopping people to write tickets. We're not stopping people for revenue. We're stopping people to keep our roadways safe. So I think that's an important number. A couple things that we've added this year on the report, the mental health calls, we've had 15, and this is just county. This is Kankakee County Sheriff's Office. This isn't every agency. But we've had 15 calls, mental health calls, where an individual is having a mental health episode that we've dealt with. And again, this is Kankakee County, the Sheriff's Office only. We've responded to 23 OD cases. But that's not the entire county. That is just Sheriff's Office response. So that's all I got on the report.
Questions on the report? Mr. Snipes.
Sheriff, the vehicle surplus of the 2022, is that all things that you're discarding and putting into the surplus to sell later, or is it just
That's actually next on the agenda.
That's next on the agenda.
Oh, you got it next on the agenda. Okay.
Yeah, it's on the agenda.
I thought he said you was done. I didn't want you to be.
Oh, no, I was just done with the report.
Yeah. Any questions on the report? We have a motion, a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Declaring equipment surplus, Sheriff's Department.
Yes, to answer Mr. Snipes' question, these are vehicles that we are discarding. If you look at the miles on them and the age of them, they have been replaced. and just need to be surplused.
386,000 miles on that Ford?
Pretty good, huh?
Wow. I would entertain a motion to make these surplus. Mr. Eckhoff, second by Mr. Long. Any other comments on this?
Nope.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We can't put any of these on the auction, right?
We bring them down to Clinton. Yeah.
Just joking.
Couple of them we probably could have given away at the courthouse. I don't know if anybody would have taken them, but
yeah, they could have loaded some of their
right
filing cabinets in them and drove them away.
Yep. Lastly, animal control is I hate to sound like a broken record, but we're full of dogs. So anybody needing a dog, we have a couple that are very adoptable. But you know, they're doing a good job over there. You know, the unfortunate part is the shelters up north where who normally take a lot of our dogs, they're full as well, because of a lot of it is because of the hurricanes down in Florida, some of the other stuff. So they're doing the best they can out there with what they have, and anybody that needs an animal, we got one for you. That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Any questions for the sheriff? Mr. Swanson.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Sheriff, do you have any comments on
10?
Do you have any comments on how your department did during the windstorm Saturday? I saw them going east, west, north, south, everywhere.
Well, any time there's any sort of storm, snow, wind, yeah, we were going everywhere, and credit to them. You know, the other thing that I've talked about before is just the cooperation with all the other police agencies. You know, I think it's important that we combine resources when we have to, and those incidents call for combining resources so that everybody can at least get some help when they need it. So yeah, our guys did a great job during that storm, the windstorm. It was bad. It was. I know there was some damage. Fortunately, no loss of life. So that, you know, obviously is first and foremost. The damage can be fixed. So yeah, but they did a great job. I appreciate you asking.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We appreciate them.
Thank you.
Any other questions for the sheriff? Thank you.
Thank you.
Up next, coroner's office. Mr. Gessner, in your package you have a copy of the monthly reports and the monthly receipts of money. Take a motion to combine and approve Mr. Kirkstra and Mr. Smith. Good morning, Bob.
Morning, sir.
Comments on the report?
No, I don't have any comments on that, other than what you see.
Any questions on Mr. Gessner's report? We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Just want to go over most of office, Eric and I, our staff, and Mr. Rowe back there and his group. We've been going all over to we've done 11 different programs since June 12th, and we're still got. We're at Kankakee High School today. We got Bradley and Mantino and St. Anne to do yet. We've had nothing but good comments about what's going on out there. We've been to different luncheons also and talked about the overdose problems in Kankakee County. So we're getting out as much as we can. It's been really nice to talk to some of the people that didn't realize how bad Kankakee County was. So other than that, this also too on just saves of the overdoses there. We've had a little over 30 saves of Narcan, as Sheriff just talked about. County has a few saves out there. It's remarkable of the cooperations we're getting with the police departments, and also EMS, and also both hospitals. So appreciate that. Other than that, we're sitting at 41 overdoses, 3 pending, which is last year we were at 43 overdoses total. We're actually doing an autopsy at 9 o'clock on an overdose. So again, it's still up in the uprise. So I'll take any questions on that. Also, I would like to thank Jim Rowe and your group, Miles and Mike, who sets up all these programs. I appreciate their work that they do. Thank you.
Did you have something, Mr. Stipes?
Before I get into my good question, I met your lookalike down in Springfield the other day. That Larry made sure that I saw. He talked like you, looked just like he could be your twin brother or whatever. And so didn't notice it until he told me. He brought it to my attention. And I know the guy for years, but when I looked at him, I said, "You're right. He does look like Bob Gessner." So maybe we'll have him come down and do one of your workshops. They wouldn't know the difference, except and I can. With that being said, we know that the holiday season is vastly approaching, and we also know from prior history, data, and research that suicide tends to be at a higher level. In Kankakee County, I know you probably have looked at the numbers in past and compared them. Is any of that due to homelessness or any of our homeless individuals that are out, or what can we attribute it to this, to the uprise during this particular period of time? Because it appears as if there might be no family interaction, so I'm trying to think if there's a way. We see some of our churches and things getting involved to kind of house them, but what do we foresee if we just kind of had a projected forecast of during these winter months? And is there anything that's in place where we can kind of be proactive in the approach versus reactive?
I understand. In your sheet there, you'll see that our suicides are up in the Kankakee County, extremely up. Mostly 10 in firearms and 7 in hangings. When you talk to the families and all that, it's usually a split in the family, or depression, lost his job, can't take it anymore, or some people have cancer extremely bad where they can't take it, and that's usually when the firearms are used. So yeah, we're seeing an uprise in that. Also, too, in the cardiac deaths there, I talked to Mr. Carrico there and lined his program up to be able to talk about cardiac to his district out there whenever he gives me a date. I appreciate your concern about that. Also, cardiac is way up also. So that's about all I can tell you on that. We'll see you today then.
And the other questions for the coroner? Anything else?
And my congratulations to everybody. I wasn't around town for the election. I was in Upper Michigan enjoying the great weather up there, and my allergies weren't bad. I come back here and they're gone again. So congratulations. So
thank you. Is there any old business to come before the committee? Any old business? Any new business? Any new business? Yes, Mr. Kirkstra. Second by Ms. Peters. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.